And we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Ryan's Falcons. So with that, we'll send you out to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, home of the Dirty Birds, where we bring in the two men who will call the action, and that's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Larry. From the home of the Falcons since 1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Oakland Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. Murray, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
A good explosive run there sets them up with a new set of downs, and every team wants to start their game with a really nice drive. 3 and out. No one wants to see that, and they were able to avoid it after that run.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Roberts with it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. Going to try and throw on 3rd down. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And they get 14 yards there and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 1st down, Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
to get the play off quickly. Here's Carr to throw. Caught left side to Crabtree. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Holmes has got it complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
To the ground game. Here's Murray. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
Surveying the field. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Play clock winding down. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Okay, well, we have a second here. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. If at the end of the day, Cowboys, Lions would have the bye, then the Bucks, Giants, Seahawks, and Falcons all would be in.
And let's break it down just a little bit farther. Let's talk about the NFC East, which looked like an absolute lock for Dallas, and it might still be, but the Giants are still there. Remember, they own the tiebreaker over the Cowboys if they finish in a tie. And in the NFC South, Atlanta and Tampa Bay are going to come down to the wire.
Neck and neck, both 8-5. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. 3rd and 2. Now Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a play fake here on first down. Going up top. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. He's going to field this at the 4. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
10 yards on the pickup there. Good enough for an Oakland 1st down.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They pitch it out to Murray. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He won't go down. A big play there for the Raiders. 35 yards.
Well, that was a great example of what we've been told from the time we first put on pads as little guys in the backyard. Effort will be rewarded if you keep giving it. And how about that run? Broke through a couple of tackles, refused to go down, legs churning. I like what I saw there.
Well, now they'll try the end around. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, that's a body blow type of a run. The type of run that if you keep getting them and accumulating them throughout the game, that'll really wear a defense down as we get to the 4th quarter.
Carr turns, hands to Murray. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
They'll run here. It's Murray. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here we go now with Olawale. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Now Carr with a give to Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Well, a fun league-wide story, no matter who we're covering, is Detroit. Another come-from-behind win for Matthew Stafford and company. They're now 9-4 this year.
How about 13 games? 12 of them they've been behind in the fourth quarter. 9, as you just mentioned, they've won. And Matthew Stafford's the key reason why. He has to be in the discussion for most valuable player, the way he's rallied his team. And I'm going to flip it over. There's one other guy we've got to talk about from the AFC side. He had a rough game in his last out against Kansas City. But Derek Carr has had a magnificent year, and the two of them are both playing hurt. Injuries to their throwing hands.
He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And it's third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 13 yards on the pickup, and they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Finding time. Caught on the right side by Jones. Well, even though Julio missed Week 14 with a turf toe injury, still the NFL's leading receiver in terms of yardage above T.Y. Hilton of Indianapolis.
So they definitely had guys step up, didn't they? Didn't they have 8 different receivers that logged at least a catch? And, you know, when I was watching highlights of this game, I saw Taylor Gabriel have another big day. I saw Justin Hardy out of East Carolina have a nice day. So these guys know how to go get the ball when Julio's not around.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. Throwing again. Ryan. He's got Sanu. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Murray the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On first down, Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. On second down, here's Ryan. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
Now it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Hey, we've got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key the tight end.
They come up in an offset eye. Now it's Ryan. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Coleman on the toss. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
And it's complete. Hooper. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On second down, here's Carr. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's third down. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Carr. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That'll be a gain of 16. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The play clock's running down. A toss to Murray. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Off the toss, this is Murray running right. Fighting through. And some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Time running out here on the play clock. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And quickly they get to the line. Shift together here from the D-line. Carr to throw on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brooks Reed in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. 1 man in the backfield. That's Jones. So the D-line's going to spread out. He'll come out in the pistol. On third and long, it's Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Back now in Atlanta. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carr now to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now they'll run. Murray. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now Carr throwing on second down. That's caught at the 1. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so... And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Latavius Murray, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they're going to speed things up here. From the gun on third down, Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not doing it. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They toss to Freeman. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Ryan on second down. The left side completion to Jones. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Bryant, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan taking it in. And the Falcons have broken our tie.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now a play fake here on first down. Caught left side to Crabtree. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to throw. And hauled in here by Rivera. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. So an excellent, and now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Here's Murray. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Murray, the lone setback. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.